Hey Scorpio, welcome to Dark Eve Tarot. I am Eve. We're getting you a message here. I've already pre-pulled 3 oracle cards for you from the Dark Mirror. And what we have here is kind of like a situation where okay, so we have number 3 obsession, number 21 bride in a cage, and number 29 anger in chains. So like here, this we have something that needs to be dealt with, and this is kind of why, and this is what's like the starting or the of the problem or whatever. But this obsession, there's some kind of obsession, and it's really talking about a single focus, right? Like there's something that you are singularly focused on to where you're focused on it so much that the rest of the outside world or whatever is kind of like phased out, like you're not seeing everything around you, you know what I mean? And I don't know what this one thing is, I'm sure you would, but what it's doing is it is actually putting you in a cage here, and this cage is preventing you from like seeing your future correctly or arriving at your future. You're preventing your future here. Because this bride in a cage card is kind of about like well, maybe obsessing over perfection, like insisting something be perfect for your future. And the thing is like there's so much there's so many nutrients or surprises in the imperfect, you know what I mean? But anyways, I'm not gonna feed you some anecdotes or whatever, but you're blocking your future here. And with this anger in chains, is about like a need for a little bit of chaos, a little bit of breaking down, a little bit of like like breaking it, but like it's very intense. It's like there's all this stuff going on, right? It's very chaotic card, right? There's stuff everywhere. And there's one little thing in there, but the thing is it's not little. It's not little, it's big, and it's a problem for you, and it needs to be fixed, right? But you can't really get to it. And it's frustrating. You can't get to it. It's like you can't, it's so far intertwined tightly that you can't just take that one thing and break it. You know what I mean? And be done with it. It's like you kind of have to take down something a bit bigger in order to fix that one thing, right? And that one thing is the problem. It's the problem that's blocking your future. It's the problem of needing perfection. It's the problem of being so focused on one thing that you block your future, you know? Um, it seems like quite a task, Scorpio, but that's the message from the oracle cards. But we're gonna actually pull tarot, and we're gonna pull a few cards for each section just to kind of get more information about each one. So obsession, what is this single focus? What does Scorpio need to know about this single focus? Excuse me. All right, we have the 5 of crystals. We have the 10 of moons. And we have the ladies of metals. And this is what is it, Hugin and Munin? These are Odin's crows. Odin's crows are showing up here. I mean, obviously, the Ten of Moons here is what is shining so bright in this little mirror, this disc here that is being focused on. It's the Ten of Moons, which is like the Ten of Cups. Like you literally are trying to just be happy, right? You're trying to be satisfied. You're trying to be fulfilled. You're trying to have a great life, right? But this, but this Five of Crystals it doesn't feel great. There are things in your world that are not perfect. And again, it's like everything doesn't have to be perfect. And we have we have Odin's crows coming in, and they usually give messages, but there's a little blurb on them in the book here. I think I just want to see if there's something that is significant for you. Wait, court cards. Oh, it's thought and memory. Okay. So Odin's crows, thought and memory. They are his eyes flying out over the world, experiencing and reporting back to the wandering god. Favorite daughters, adored and cherished, cosmic observers, analysts. It's balance, perfect thought, powers of divination, psychic communication, data from other worlds, and protection. There is this element of discovery here, Scorpio, that I don't think you're getting or receiving as long as you are completely obsessed with whatever this is. I mean, it reminds me a little bit of that whole law of attraction stuff where, like, if you put out to the universe that you want something, then the universe is just going to make, give you back more of wanting. Or, you know what I mean? Like something like that. Let's, I don't know. I don't feel like we're done here. I think, do we need one more card? Let's get one more. No, we're going to get a clarification. That's what we're doing. Because I feel like these, like the thought and the memory, or the two, like Odin's crows, it's like they can go out and see things that you're not seeing right now because of this intense focus, but they can also see things from other realms. Like, you know what I mean? So they can see things that you probably couldn't see even if you weren't focused. Like, you know what I mean? So I think there's something that they want to say. And so we have the Hermit and the Six of Wands. It's about your personal success. So they have something to say about your personal success. Seems like it's specific. All right, so we have the Five of Wands and the Six of Cups here. And I feel like it has something to do with, like, receiving what you're putting into it. Because I'm just seeing this kind of Six of Cups as a gift. It's like something like being, you're going to receive. I'm just seeing this as receiving, and this as dealing, dealing with the conflict, not just conflict, but dealing with it. And I think that's related to this Anger and Chains card down here. if you really want to receive some gifts here, Scorpio, or even some accolades or what have you, you're gonna have to freaking fight for it. You're gonna have to fight for it. All right, so let's move to this bride in a cage. This is that energy of like choosing the ways, all the different perfect ways that you want your future to be, and every single way makes another line in this cage that you're unable to get out of. So let's look at that. What is that about? Scorpio, preventing the future. So we have the Three of Crystals. I mean, the threes are definitely, like, 3 is a number of creative energy here, but this feels like everything, it feels like everything being in place. As if like this crystal here is like a 3D puzzle and it just has to be just right for it to lock into place. And that energy of being just right is what the cage is made of. It's weird. It's like I get this feeling like you're not going to be able to think your way out of it. You're going to have to rely on like all of your senses, not just your brain. Not just your brain. Yeah. And then we have the Ace of Crystals. So that's how you get like the news flash here. The crystals, I mean, that's in your material world. So that would be like coins or pentacles in tarot. So if you are looking for some kind of like new creative idea to help you with your life, you know what I mean? It's like you can have it, but it involves letting go of perfection. Because the ones are new beginnings. They're like new opportunities. It's like, but it's also like a new concept, right? It's not like you're going to get a new opportunity for something old, or you know what I mean? This is an entirely new concept that is trying to come to your senses here. I did just hear the word innovation. Although that seems like a more of a metal than a crystal, but oh, looky here. Nemesis. Are you you're your own nemesis here, Scorpio? Like, the only one really shooting yourself in the foot if you feel like you are super blocked is you. And because this is a mistress card, it's like that would be like a page, right? So there is something that's not clicking for you. It's just not clicking. And what's not clicking is this right here. It's a new concept. So there is a little bit of advice as far as being open to, you know, thinking outside the box. Just being open to new concepts, because there's a new concept that wants to come through for you, and it seems like it will help you with how you cage yourself here. So here, let's look at anger and chains. It's like that's this fight, kind of like this fight for it. Like you want out. Do you want out, Scorpio? Then you're gonna have to put up a fight, and I think you can do it. I think you can do it. It's like cleaning house, like kicking ass and taking names. You know what I mean? Like I'm ready. It's like sometimes you gotta blow the house down. You know what I mean? Metaphorically speaking. All right. Disclaimer. These are metaphors. All right. Looky here. We have the shadow. Ooh, I'm getting goosebumps, Scorpio. Scorpio in their shadow is a force to be reckoned with. Oh, I had like full body goosebumps with that one. All right. Ah, and here we have Artemis. Now, Artemis is the huntress, right? And it's so interesting that her arrow here is pointed directly at this glowing sphere, which is kind of like the center of this moon card, which is like your desire for for happiness, your desire for, you know, success, fulfillment, what have you, which is what you're actually obsessed about. And it's funny, it's like, and it's coming out right under this new concept. It's like whatever this new concept is, it wants to show you the way, and the way to get there, you have to kind of go in the void a little bit here, Scorpio. It's kind of like it's like you have to want it, right? You have to want this. You have to fight for it. And you do that by looking at your shadow like face to fucking face, right? Let yourself be dipped in that void for a little bit. Because when you open your eyes again, it's like you see, it's almost like you open your eyes to a more natural way of achieving what is yours to achieve, you know? And the thing is, it's all about like, it seems like it's about choices though, because I kind of associate Artemis with like crossroads. And you know, that could be like Hecate type energy. But if you really want to get to the point where you can do something about blocking your future, you're gonna have to want it. And it's obvious that like you do. You want it, so it's worth fighting for, don't you think? I mean, it's your decision, but seems like it's worth fighting for. Okay, cool. We have the Eight of Moons here. So the eight in general in tarot, I mean, it is a number of advancement, right? It is advancement. It is perfecting your craft. It is something that requires a little bit of patience, a little bit of understanding, and I think those are things that you are meant to find when you look at your, you know, when you get into this kind of void area and look at your shadow. you're meant to you're meant to have a little bit of patience and understanding with yourself. That might be where that realization comes that XYZ does not have to be freaking perfect for you to achieve enjoyment or something. You know what I mean? But also, I do love how it kind of looks like a domino, you know? And one thing about dominoes is that like, and especially with this anger and chains card, like, because something needs to be knocked over. I think there are a bunch of dominoes that are set up here, for, Scorpio, like, but a lot of them were created in the past. Like, that pattern of dominoes may not suit you very well anymore. It's time to just knock down those dominoes and start setting up the new ones using this new concept that Artemis is kind of pointing to here, because it does lead to it does lead to what you want. You just have a little bit of cleanup to do here in Shadowland. All right, Scorpio, this is your message. Take what resonates, and I will see you later. Bye, Scorpio.